Hello everybody, it's Ruth from Dressage Anywhere here, and I am absolutely delighted to have Gaynor Colbourn joining us today. Now, Gaynor is sponsoring one of our music festival classes, the elementary class, and we wanted to have a quick chat with Gaynor, find out more about dressage to music, her background, where she's come from, what she does, what she's doing in the future, and also answer a couple of questions that have come from you guys. So hello Gaynor and welcome.
Hello, thank you very much. It's very nice to be here and it's nice to see everyone. Not that I can see them, but virtual seeing.
Oh, it's great to have you, thanks. So tell us a bit more about yourself. What's your background? Where did you come from? How did you get into dressage to music? Because you do some amazing
Well, I think possibly we can almost blame Neredy for that, because it does actually go back to 1980 when, I'm a professional musician, always have been, I'm a composer, and when I was 17, I studied at Wellington Riding. So Neredy was my instructor.
Oh, wow.
And, yep, we got on very well. And my other instructor was Pat Manning, who was one of the world's top trainers, Pat Manning, FBHS.
Yeah.
And between the two of them, I got hooked onto dressage. And John and Neredy had been to Goodwood, so it was the year before I started doing it. And I'd got quite friendly with them, and I went to dinner with John and Neredy. And I don't know if you've ever been to Neredy's house.
Yeah.
You have. Well, you know there's a grand piano in the sitting room. Right. Well, John or someone had videoed a lot of Goodwood. And I was just sitting at the piano, as you do, because if there's a piano in a house, I will sit at it, because I can't not. And they had Goodwood on without the sound. And I was tinkling away, and that was where it came from.
Oh, wow.
That's how dressage music started.
Wow.
And my very first client was, excuse me, Jenny Lauriston Clark.
Brilliant.
And her stallion, Dutch Courage. And that was when she was doing all the Olympics. And I went down to Catherston Stud as a 17-year-old, and we did a demo. Jenny and I did a demo last year, anniversary demo.
Yeah.
And throughout the demo, it was absolutely jam-packed. There were 1,500 people. They had to hire banks of seating. And Jenny and I were talking at the beginning, and she said, "Oh, this slip of a thing came, and I was scared stiff of her." And I said, "Well, I was scared stiff of you." So I've known Jenny for 40 years, and really that's where it all started. And the BBC did a couple of programmes about us, which were filmed at Wellington Riding. And I was talking to Neredy a couple of weeks ago, and she said, "Do you remember when you were doing the bit that was filmed with Jenny, they videoed you, or they filmed you next to the muck heap?" So Jenny and I were walking along, talking about Dutch Courage, going to the Olympics, the music I was doing for them, next to the Wellington muck heap.
Brilliant.
So that's how I started in dressage to music when I was 17.
Wow.
And it's how dressage to music started as we know it. And of course the history then, I'm sure Neredy's told you, is John and Neredy then started the Wellington Riding competitions.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair to say that John, Neredy, Jenny and I created dressage to music as we know it now.
It's incredible. And look where it's gone, you know, it's a global phenomenon now, isn't it?
Yeah, and the four of us made it.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
So
I know we have lots of chats, Neredy and I, about it, and we look back at good times. And of course Jenny, and I'm still very close to Jenny as well. So
yeah, I went.
You asked, so I told you.
I went to your demo last year. Was it last year that you did?
Last year, February.
Yeah,
the Wellington one.
Cold. But it was absolutely brilliant, and I was so taken aback watching you. With you had all of your keyboards and everything, your whole setup in the arena, and actually watching you playing the music live and adjusting the tempo and the rhythm. I don't know all the technical musical terms, but
Yeah,
just making those
that's good.
adjustments live as the horse is riding around the arena in front of you. It's just incredible.
Yeah. Well, after 40 years, but remember, as well as being, because I trained all my horses with Auntie Pat Manning, and my horses all got to Grand Prix, so I had the bonus of being a professional musician with 40 years experience. I mean, I'm basically a concert pianist. I went to the Royal Academy, and as a scholarship, and I'm a classical musician, but as a session musician, I play just about anything anyone asks. So I have no limitations as to what people can know.
I absolutely loved it, and there was such a range of horses and riders. You know, we had I think it was a 14-hand Welsh pony. We had
I think, yeah, that was 13-2. That was Sam Roberts on Moyle View Prince Consort, and Sam is the world's leading show pony rider.
Yeah.
So we had a brilliant
it was
rider.
amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And wasn't it the para rider Erin Orford as well?
Yes, wonderful.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful rider. Yeah. And I sincerely hope that Erin will go to Tokyo.
Oh, fingers crossed.
So yes, and the music that I did for Dior was so personal.
Yeah, it was lovely, absolutely lovely.
But because I create the music from nothing, and I don't. Can you see in the background? There's
various
guitars and
instruments.
Well, it's just some of them. I mean, because I record the music, every instrument is recorded individually. I don't patch and paste or use music libraries or anything like that. So the music is always very personal to me because it's created. It's not someone else's music stuck together. But
and that means that you can create something that's very personal to the horse and rider combination as well, doesn't it?
And I do. I think probably 75% of the people who use my music cry.
Oh.
Because I always try and put something poignant in. Yeah. And certainly I've had a few at the Nationals. They've all done well, but Catherine was, I've still got others to go, but Catherine had very personal music for her, because everything was to do with her life going through horses and the sort of struggles that she had.
Oh, wow. Oh, that must have been great to ride to.
She's got an even raunchier one than that. I've done, I think I've done 3 lots of music for Alberto now. Yeah. And the one which is going to be for her PSG hasn't been ridden to yet. Well, it has, but it hasn't been performed yet. That one is something else.
Is that on this week?
No, she's not qualified yet because Alberto's only just started in PSG.
Okay. So did she win something? Which class did she win at the National?
She won the advanced medium freestyle yesterday, silver.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And she got a score of 71.44.
Wow.
And she was considerably above everyone else.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, you must be really pleased because you've had a lot of winners, haven't you, with your music?
10,952.
Flippin' heck, that's amazing. So
yeah.
You actually keep count.
Well, those are the recorded ones. Not everyone tells me, but this is worldwide because I do them all over, and I've got clients in Australia, Chile, Spain, Portugal. It's literally all over the place. And because it means a lot to me, I don't do this to make money out of it. I do it because it's my baby.
Yeah.
And because the 4 of us, Jenny, John, Nerody and myself, because we gave birth to Dressage as it is now, it's my baby. And I want to be accessible to everyone. I don't want to make it expensive. So I charge what it costs me to do it.
Wow.
And that means that I have thousands of people worldwide who use my music, and I have a 97% win rate.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's really good. If ever I get back into music and competing again, I know where I'm coming.
But do you have a horse?
I do. And we did music We won the class, but I think there were only about 3 people in it.
Nevertheless, you won.
It was a novice music test, probably about, I don't know, 9 years ago or something. It was at Wellington. And I put the music together myself, which was quite awful. But I chose.
You gave it a go, which is fine.
Yeah. And I did my homework. I figured out what the beats per minute were. I had the technology to, you know, put it all together and speed things up and slow things down a bit. So it fit him. And I practiced it like mad. And then we went and we won. And it's quite an emotional thing, dressage to music, isn't it? When you have a piece that's personal to you. There was a particular, I think it was a bit of jazz music for the walk, and it was the theme tune. Do you remember Barry Norman used to do that film program?
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
That was my walk music, and I swear to God, Jeffrey just strutted across the arena to that. It was just, and it made me feel quite emotional.
You know, I'm doing lots of free sessions online.
Yes.
Why don't you have one? I think I've done 87 now. There's no, people don't have to go ahead and have a competition music. The reason for doing it is because I still, after 40 years, I'm not terribly impressed by a lot of the music people use.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all these free sessions with no necessity for them to buy music off me or anything like that. It's just so as people who don't do it can experience riding to live music of the right speed.
Yeah.
And music, because of course, as I'm playing it live, you don't have to do this thing where you go to the cafe and you log on and you look at music, look at a music library. I'm playing it there and then.
Yeah.
And the joy, this is the reason for doing it, Nerody is the same, the joy of doing it and seeing these great big beams on people's faces. So if you've still got Jeffrey, book in, because it's great fun.
Yeah, I'll look that one up, definitely. I think that's definitely for us.
Well, I'm doing them all over the world. I mean, all that people need for these sessions is they need a friend who's got Facebook, and they need a mobile themselves that they can hear me on.
Yeah.
And they do need, if possible, either 4G or Wi-Fi. Yeah. Other than that, I've done it everywhere.
We've got Wi-Fi in our yard in the end.
That will work. Because I did one a couple of weeks ago in Melbourne.
Oh, wow.
And the signal in Melbourne was better than I get down the road.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I do know that one of our members is absolutely made up with the music that you've done for her. You
can't tell me who she is, but you can tell me what her horse is called.
No, I can tell you who she is.
Oh, okay.
It's a lady called Fiona, and her horse is called Tim.
Fee. Oh, right.
They have.
Yes.
I don't remember what their combined age is.
Well, she is 74 something. He's 27.
Yeah.
And Fee is in her mid-70s. And what a lovely, lovely lady she is.
Oh.
And she gave me carte blanche to do anything. And she did a very, very nice prelim test. She's very humble, and she has no need to be humble. And she did this lovely little test, and I put romantic music on it because she loves Tim so much. And I thought, if we do romantic music, then she'll know how much I care that she loves her horse. I read so much deeper into it than just slapping a bit of music here and a bit of music there. To me, it's a personal. Oh, I hate it when they say on the X Factor, it's a journey.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm with Fee. She's such a sweet lady.
Yeah. Oh, she's one of our, I was going to say oldest members, but not in terms of years, but in terms of how long that she's been with us. She's been competing with us right from the beginning for the last 10 years.
Oh, and lovely. And Tim is a dear little horse. And he's very obedient, and all the transitions were in the right place. No, I was thrilled with her.
Oh, I know she is absolutely delighted.
Oh, well, I'm glad.
I've got a couple of other questions that came up from some other riders, which I hope you can help us with. One lady was asking about the floor plan,
Yeah.
and she said that she felt a huge amount of pressure to be inventive in the floor plan that she was created. But she was worried that being so inventive would actually interrupt the flow of the test. So she was wanting to know, how important is it to be inventive without affecting the flow?
I think for me to answer that question, she's got to understand that dressage to music should be a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
It should be, our original concept 40 years ago was it should be akin to ballet or dancing, modern dance, or ice skating, ice dancing. And the whole thing about dressage to music is you've got the artistic side, which is the harmony and the inventiveness, and then you've got the technical side. And I think the answer there is you make it as beautiful as you can. And I've probably done about 30,000 patterns now. And that's the thing, think of it as patterns.
Okay, yeah.
Don't think of it as movements. It shouldn't detract. If the technical side is good, then the inventiveness won't be a problem. The only time it becomes a problem is when people ride things beyond their capability.
Yeah.
So always with a floor plan, make it, that's why when I do floor plans for people, I don't have a load of stock floor plans like lots of other people do. Every single floor plan is designed to suit that individual horse, that individual rider.
Yeah.
Because there are going to be things that each horse and rider is good at, and there's certainly going to be things they're not good at.
Yeah.
And with your floor plan, you've got to enhance what's good and disguise what's bad.
Yes.
So the answer there is be inventive,
Yeah.
but base it around the capabilities of yourself and your horse.
Yes.
Do you think that answers the question?
That is perfect, yes. She had a follow-on from that as well about, and you touched on it there, about non-compulsory movements. So if you included some non-compulsory movements,
You've got to be good at them.
That's what she was asking. How would they be judged? How would they be marked?
Well, if you don't do them, they can't be marked. If you do them and you do them badly, you will get marked down, because the idea of putting the non-compulsories in is you're enhancing your test. So if what level is this lady?
I'm not sure. I think kind of medium, advanced medium.
Okay, so the sort of thing that medium, advanced medium can add in is you can do things. If it's advanced medium, you can only do one single change, but you can make it more interesting by doing 5, a 5 times change or a 6 times change, and that makes the single change a lot more interesting than just doing it on a corner. But if you can't do it, don't do it.
Don't do it. No.
The other things that you can add in are renvers, travers, things like that.
Yes.
In the lower levels, you're more likely to get it wrong.
Yes.
It's the same thing. If it's the sort of thing. If someone says something to you and you have to bite your tongue and not reply, if it's not good, don't do it.
Yes.
So if it's not nice, don't say it.
Don't do it. No, absolutely. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Another question we've got is, do most song tracks have the same beats the whole way through? Because they kind of adjust and change, don't they?
They do. Well, they do adjust with me. I suspect when people patch and paste, or you patch and paste, you probably use something called Audacity, did you?
I can't remember. It was so long ago. I can't remember. I think it was iMovie and a few other bits and bobs.
Yeah. Because there's lots of free software that you can use for patching and pasting, and you can vary speed things. as you get more advanced, the horses become more elevated and they become more regular. So when I'm doing the different movements, it doesn't show as much. So the disparity between, say, a half pass, a shoulder in, a working trot, or collected trot extended, the elevation and the power of the horse and the experience make them the same. So they don't vary. When you've got a prelim, there's a lot of variation. But because they don't do medium trot or anything, it's not so important. You just hope that the horse or pony will ride to the correct speed of music.
Yeah.
This is presupposing that everyone uses the right speed music.
Yeah.
But,
and there's one question we get asked a lot about music that has vocals in it.
Well,
I've always kind of steered away from too many vocals because it can be
most people would.
Yeah.
Going back 40 years, I can remember one of the four of us when we were talking about that, because we were interviewed by the BBC several times on this, and my consensus of opinion is if you have music that has vocals on it, it's distracting.
Yeah.
And it's actually detracting from the rhythm. And people will watch the horse in a different way if it's got vocals, because you start listening to the music.
Yeah.
And you start relating to the words of the music. If you've got music which hasn't got vocals, I'm talking as a professional musician here, this is a lot deeper than people need to know, but if you're watching music that has got no vocals and you're watching a visual, you're then getting the emotion. So music without vocals is a lot more emotional than music with, from the viewer's point of view. If you have music which has got vocals, the person watching buys into the vocals.
Yeah. But how many riders have you got at the Nationals this week?
About 10, I think.
Oh, wow. So there's a few more to go this week.
Yeah, we're only halfway through, aren't we?
Yeah. Yes, it's only Thursday, isn't it?
The thing that I always feel is when you do music, people will tell me that they've won, and I'll put it on my Facebook and I'll congratulate them. But I think it's really, how can I put this? I think it's really poor to go, yay, 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 woo, 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 won, because that is belittling everyone who hasn't won. So you have to be very pleased for your riders and feel the emotion, but not denigrate everyone else for not winning.
Yeah, no.
That's a difficult one.
Isn't it? Yeah.
And if you watch the Olympics and see all the running on the track and field things, the person that wins always goes and hugs the people that haven't won.
Yes.
And they don't make a big thing about I won, you didn't.
Yeah.
So I've got lots of people competing all the time. I've got people competing in Dancing with the Stars in Australia, but that's it. They do it, and I don't have to big it up.
You just enjoy it.
Yeah. What's the word? Enigmatic. I think you have to be enigmatic.
Yeah, I like that.
You're forcing me not to be enigmatic at the moment, but normally I wouldn't.
All right, talk to us about PPL, Gaynor.
Right. Right. It's aimed at the phonographic industry. So BD have the PPL license that people will have to sign up for. So they have to give the name of the music, the amount of time, and this is going to be attributed not to the artist, this is attributed to the record company.
Okay.
Now, you can use copyrighted material. For example, if someone was going to, it's called rip. So if you rip from a CD, say it's a Paul McCartney piece. Oh no, in fact, say it's Elton John. If you want to use some of Elton John's actual recordings, you have to contact Elton John and ask permission to use his recording. and you will have to pay, I don't know how much, 50,000, something like that, for using part of his material.
Wow.
Or if it's not done that way, you have to, if you're, this is for financial gain. So if someone is creating music for financial gain and they're using someone else's intellectual property, that is the no-no.
Right, yeah.
So the PPL license covers BD and it covers the venue. It doesn't cover the person doing the music. Now, you're a fabulous example. You told me that you created music 9 years ago.
Yes.
And you probably used the real thing, but you weren't doing it. No, that's okay. You weren't doing it for financial gain.
No, that's true.
So that's all right.
Make anything out of our novice music.
Yeah, well, no. But if you had come to someone else, and it's not what I do because I am the artist, but if you wanted to use an artist's material, you can make the music for you, but you can't charge for it.
Okay, yeah.
So when you get people who are using copyrighted material, and to be fair, most of the people that are doing ripped music use non-copyright material. Yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you do it the other way, you have to let the Performing Rights Society know. And that's how we get paid. That's how I get paid. So whenever I wrote a musical with Perrin Butler, and it was a big success, and we made lots of money out of it. But the royalties, and this is the royalties versus copyright, the royalties are paid to us through the Performing Rights Society. Yeah. So if you're using copyrighted material, you have to either get the explicit permission of the artist, or you have to declare it to the Performing Rights Society. And this is why BD have insisted that all the people who rip and burn from music libraries use non-copyright.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's a mindfuck, isn't it? Wow.
Now, when I do clinics, I don't go with a preconceived idea.
Okay.
So what's your horse called?
Jeffrey.
What's his real name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, it's just Jeffrey.
Right. So I would then...
Ginger.
Ginger. Mm. Well, that doesn't give me a lot. If you have a horse that has a name that you can relate to, I would always at least tip my hat to the name of the horse.
Okay.
So I'd find a piece of music, and the chances of people finding non-copyright music to be able to do it is very remote, because I can go back into any type of music. Well, you've been to one of my demos, you've seen me do it. Yes. So I would then say to the rider, what did you have at your wedding? What was your first dance?
Oh, Santana.
Which one?
Oh gosh. Oh no, this is bad, isn't it?
Evil Ways, Black Magic Woman.
No. It was more recent than that. I've got it going round in my head, but I can't sing, so I'm not going to sing it at you.
From there, I would then try that, and I mean, because I can do it there and then, I don't have to go up to the canteen and log on and find it on the computer. Poo to that. So I would then find out what they liked, and then we would try it with the horse. The horse will react. If the horse likes the music or doesn't like music, it will react. And probably 9 times out of 10, the horse chooses the music.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, because they will react.
Yeah.
So the choice of music.
That's like what I said about Jeffrey with our walk music, that jazzy theme tune. That's the one. So if people want to find out more about you and what you do and how they can get involved with you, where should they go? You've got a website, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a website. It's Dressage to Music by Gaynor Colbourn something or other. Or there's my Facebook, something or other. Or there's my Facebook page. there's also the booklet that I wrote, which I send out. Everything that I can send out free of charge for people, I do free.
Oh, wow.
I've also got the Schooling to Music CDs, which lots of people have found very helpful. Quite a few people just listen to them in their car. Someone else like doing the hoovering to them. So there's lots of, I mean, because it's my baby, and because I'm not sort of trying to force people to have my music or anything like that, I like to give lots of support.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple of people who I did music for, even as long ago as 3 years ago. And if it needs changing, I'll change it for them. So I don't say, right, that's it, you've got to have brand new music. I'll just make the alterations, send it. And they say, how much? I'll say, for. Because it's more important for me that they go on and they perform and they're proud of their performances. If they, this is the answer to the other question, if they win, that's great. That's the icing on the proverbial. But as long as they go and they perform and they are proud and everyone is proud of them and they're proud of their horse, that's what counts.
Yeah.
Not the money, not the winning. I think I'm old-fashioned.
No, I think that's lovely. I really do. I mean, everybody has to earn a living somehow, but the passion that you've got for it's...
I earn my living out of being a composer and a session musician. So because I earn my money from working with stars and well-known people and using Dropbox to send stuff to New York and this, that and the other, it means that I can do the dressage music as not as a charity. It's not that at all. It's my baby, and I'm promoting my baby, and I'm doing the best I can to I'm sure you've spoken to lovely Nerody about this in the past, but I just want to improve it and improve it and improve it. We've got a long way to go yet.
That's lovely. Thank you so much, Gaynor, for joining us.
Well, I hope I answered everything.
No, you've done a great job. Thank you. I'll add links to the post and everything on social media so people can find it.
Because I do the online sessions, and I hope you're going to contact me afterwards and I'll give you a date. People can always contact me if they want to FaceTime me or whatever it is and talk about their dressage to music. That's fine. I'm happy to talk to people. I'm happy to help people. I don't have to make anything out of it, but I want to be there as a support network. And because I'm a Grand Prix rider and I'm a musician, the two together mean I can help both ways.
Brilliant.
Fun.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gaynor.
That's all right.